She helps to work and think visionary programs that align with the U.S. national agenda. Yes, please welcome Ms. Safa.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's an honor to be here with all of you today. And I want to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Sanam, Zainab, and Dr. Nuslia, and everyone else from the Yes Momentum and the Yes You Can Global Foundation for creating this platform, uniting change makers, innovators, and leaders from across the region. So moments like these matter because transformation is never just an individual story. It is something that we write together. And the future of MENA digital economy is not only being coded in technology, it is being written by women. And when I say women, I don't mean a few. I mean all of us, the dreamers, the founders, the strategists, and the visionaries who are shaping a new chapter for our region and growth. And I'll just be sharing my presentation just now. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So across MENA, we are witnessing one of the most transformative periods in our history, the rise of connected digital economy that knows no boundaries. In the United Arab Emirates, the digital economy strategy aims to increase the sector's contribution from 11.7% to over 20% of GDP by 2031, reaffirming the UAE's vision for a future built on innovation and inclusivity. In the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Vision 2030 has already doubled women's workforce participation since 2016, positioning women entrepreneurs and leaders at the center of the nation's digital transformation. But this story is not limited to two countries. It belongs to all of us. Across MENA, over 400 million people, more than half under 30, are part of the youngest, fastest growing digital generation in the world. And the question before us is collective. How do we make sure that women are not just part of this transformation, but leading it? So through my work with the Empowering Women Middle East, I've seen firsthand that women are not waiting for permission to join the digital economy. They're building it. From fintech startups in Bahrain to women-led e-commerce ventures in Egypt to AI-driven innovations in Dubai and Riyadh, women are leading solutions that are agile, scalable, and deeply relevant to their communities. Technology has become the greatest equalizer. A designer in Amman can now reach clients in London. A business owner in Sharjah can connect with customers in Jeddah or Cairo. A young coder in Casablanca can collaborate with a team in Abu Dhabi. This is what true digital inclusion looks like, a borderless space where talent and creativity are not limited by geography, gender, or tradition. And yet, this inclusion is not just about economies. When women lead, they bring empathy, perspective, and balance into systems of innovation. If half of our population is excluded, then half of our ideas, half of our creativity, and half of our potential remain untapped. But I believe we must remain honest. The journey is far from over. Across MENA, women-led startups receive less than 2% of total venture capital funding. Access to finance, mentorship, and digital infrastructure remains uneven. And although digital progress has been made, barriers of perception and policy still exist in some areas. But here's what gives me hope. Women across this region are not waiting for systems to change, they're changing it themselves. They're forming their own investment circles, building networks of mentorship, and using digital platforms to collaborate across borders. They're creating ecosystems of empowerment, not in theory, but in practice. This is resilience, not passive endurance, but active transformation. And this collective strength is what continues to redefine what leadership looks like in the MENA digital economy. So what's happening today aligns perfectly with both the framework for sustainable growth for Vision Saudi Vision 2031, and UAE Vision 2031. So both of these countries position women's empowerment and innovation as central to national progress. So the UAE's National Employment Strategy 2031 and Saudi's ongoing digital reforms are ensuring that inclusion is not just social, but structural. And on a global level, women's participation in digital markets directly drive the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. SDG 5, which is gender equality, SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, SDG 9, which is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. When women thrive in digital economy, our nations don't just grow, they evolve. Empowerment is not a side of initiative. It's not a side initiative, sorry, but it is the very structure upon which sustainable progress is built. And so what must we do together to accelerate this momentum? Governments must continue building ecosystems that make it easier for women to innovate, scale, and access new markets. Investors and corporations must recognize that women-led ventures are not high risk, they are high return. And to the women in this audience, your perspective is not just supplementary, it is essential. You're not just job seekers, you're job creators, innovators, and leaders of the future. Each of us in government, business, and community have a role to play in shaping the digital story of MENA. And when we rise together, we rewrite the narrative of what leadership in our region truly looks like. Okay, and let me leave you with this thought. The digital market of MENA is not just an economy, it is a canvas. And women are holding the brush that will paint the region's future. As we paint that future, we must remember that innovation without sustainability is short-lived. And because of this, I also want to honor Her Excellency Claudia Pinto, who is the founder of the Empowering Women, and she's the head of philanthropy, sustainability advisor to His Highness Sheikh Marwan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Her work reminds us that the progress must always be both positive, inclusive, and responsible. That is the kind of future that I believe in, one where women in business are not only driving growth, but redefining what growth means for our region. Thank you very much, everyone. And Ms. Sanam, if you wouldn't mind me just taking a few more minutes, because during our session with Dr. Ron Kaufman, and there were some concerns that were raised by you and by Ms. Kavinda. The thing is, what I want as women to understand is that we really need to leave that woman mindset. I'm a single mom. I'm 23. I'm a single mom. I'm a university student. I'm a board level advisor. We need to understand that women can basically do anything. And we need to also understand that we need to have good intentions before we start with anything. We need to find our purpose and have good intentions, because how do we expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us if we're not having good intentions with what we want to proceed with? So that is all I want to say. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Safa. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Safa. And it was really, the motivation which speakers are giving to everyone. So this is something mind-blowing.